Okay, it is here, and boy, yes, I'm very excited. I have not opened this. I have barely looked at it. I was sort of wondering, so yeah, all right, this is Transformers Legacy United Dinoking, a combiner. These are core class Dinobots. Well, these are recolors of the Dinobots that were released as core class this year. And I don't know if these guys are called Dinobots. I was kind of looking to see if they had a team name, and I don't think they do. What does it say down here? Witness the power of Dinoking. The 6 Dinoforce Warriors, that's right, combined together to form Dinoking, a violent force that will stop at nothing to destroy his foes. Autobot or Decepticon? I think Decepticon I can see, yes. Okay. So the Dinoforce Warriors, yeah, these were Japanese characters, this combiner team. They were in America, they were called the Monster Pretenders. And the toys were sort of simple enough that in Japan they were able to release the team as Dinobots, Decepticon Dinobots. So the Monster Pretenders in America combined to form Monstructor. And these guys combined to form Dinoking. I wanted to collect these Dinobots separately in the core class that they were released as. And some of them are not as available anymore. Some of them are a little more expensive to get. And you know what? I don't know where the best place to get Transformers is. I'm usually looking on Amazon. But, sometimes other places. I ordered this from Hasbro Pulse. But, anyway, as I say every time, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's take a look at these fucking Dinobots. Okay, so here is Dinoking, the combined form of the Dinoforce Warriors, aka Monstructor, the combined form of the Monster Pretenders. And it is a recolor of Volcanus, who was the combined form of the Autobot Dinobots. And this guy, unlike Volcanus, has feet. That was a big deal. It was a big deal to me. I was like, I wish that he had feet, like the old combiners would come with feet. He looked like he needed feet. I mean, why don't I just... Looks better with feet, right? I mean, now that I'm looking at it, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but... I looked at the Volcanicus, and I was like, that thing should have feet. So, yeah, and also, like I was saying, some of the Dinobots are hard to get now. So when I saw that this was coming out, I was like, oh boy, I really need to spend money on this. So for the Dinoforce Warriors, we got Goryu, Doryu, Yokoryu, Gairu, Kakuryu, and Rairu. I think that I heard that these are all descriptions of what type of dinosaur they are, like horned dinosaur, winged dinosaur. I don't know if Ryu means dinosaur, but anyway, let's refer to them by their Autobot names because those are the ones I know. So here's Swoop. And I really was so excited to get this. And the weapon also combines and it combines and is modular. It comes apart and it is all of the dude's weapons become an axe and also this rifle, pistol rifle. More like a pistol in combiner form. But, yeah, I've talked about how I really like all this modular weaponry and stuff that sticks together. You can see this has got sockets on the side, and you can, do all kinds of stuff with that, and that's cool. And I was so excited to get these guys, and I don't need to keep talking about, because I don't really know, I really don't get it. I don't really understand why I like this so much, and why this is suddenly something that I am very obsessed with. But I don't need to keep asking myself why, right? Is that sort of not the point? Like, if you enjoy something, you should probably just enjoy it and shut up. I think so. But I was like, man, I was like, I felt sick. I was so excited to get this. And part of it was kind of like guilt and dread. Because, I mean, yeah, again, if you know me, I always am. And yeah, kind of especially right now in a financial situation where I should not be buying toys. Let's just put it that way. This is, the weapons are cool. This is probably my least favorite weapon. I guess you just kind of turn the fist around because he holds it. I'll show you how he holds it, but it's obviously just a big. I think it looks great. Actually, I didn't talk about. Maybe we'll combine him back at the end, and I'll talk about it. But I think the fists look good on the arms in combined form. I think they look really good. I think the arms look really good. The legs look good from the front. Maybe I'll just say that. Maybe I don't need to comment on, like, what the hell is this? Like, what is it actually? Like, that's Snarl's transformed form to become a calf is... Okay, I don't need to, complain. It's awesome. I really can't... I don't understand how for the past couple months plastic robots have seriously just been doing the serotonin thing. All right, so anyway, I sort of feel like this is what I'm doing wrong. a lot of these guys involve the hips doing a full swivel during the transformation. That's a very common Transformers mechanic. Got some little tabbies to tab in right here. And there we go. And so that's his pterodactyl form. It used to, I feel like his little feet should maybe come down. I tried to see, can I kind of make him stand on his little feet? But of course the big feet kind of go back too, which, it's a little, I don't know, it's fine. I don't know if he'll stand like that. And in fact, I like Swoop. I think the model is great. I think the dinosaur form is great. He does stand like that, and that's actually fine. There's two weapon storage in alt mode things about this set that I don't like, and one of them is this. So this big fist that I don't like anyway, and I'm not sure which way you're supposed to orient the fist to help it stand up properly, but that goes on there. And, it kind of looks like he's flying around holding some kind of, weapon or cargo, and that's fine, and it kind of, and he'll sit like that. Maybe not in here, he won't. Yeah, he doesn't sit great anyway with it on. But he sits a little better on the shelf. This is a little, there are curves and fluctuate. Well, in fact, what without? God, should I just be shooting on the desk instead of the light box? I probably have pretty good light right here. I like the orange background, or whatever background I put in there, but as you can tell, I end up moving around. Anyway, yeah. I like Swoop. This is my least favorite weapon of the weapons, and some of them I really like. But it's just a fist. I don't know if anyone is is unfortunate enough to be familiar with the concept of after party guilt. But I feel a little bit of that too. I felt I was so excited that it made me feel sick in a way that I have not felt since I was drinking a lot. I really am not going to talk about, but I don't want to talk about alcohol or alcoholism, and Swoop's robot form is cool. And again, where did I put that weapon? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see? I would like that to stop happening, but we'll see. We'll see if I get... Well, I am actually... This is a 12-inch light box. I am going to order a 16-inch one. That's the weapon. But the way... Getting excited about these things, and also the same kind of serotonin that I get out of it, reminds me of when I was drinking, and it's really weird to me. and it doesn't bear dwelling on, I don't think. And it's probably a little silly to really try to figure out why you like something so much, or why something that is doing it for you is doing it for you. Like, in this day and age, if something is giving you joy, you should just fucking do it, right? That should be obvious. That's my advice. If you're like, why am I doing this dumb thing? Why do I like... I think most people don't have a problem with that kind of thinking. I'm probably just, an idiot. Oh, this is Scar. Scar is a new guy, at least new to me, because in 1985, there was not an Ankylosaurus named Scar. And in fact, that's not what this guy's name is. This guy is a Dinoforce Warrior. I don't know which one he is. He's something Roo. But great. This guy is really chunky, really solid. I like his robot form a lot. He stands up real good. Of course, not in this box. Yeah. And again, his weapon is a fist. Fine. This one is a little better. And this is, I think that blue fist that Swoop has is new to this set. This is much more like the fist that the Ankylosaur Scar had. And again, oh no, we're not going to flip this one over. This one's going to go right like this, I think. Looks a little bit more like a gun or a weapon. Little bit better. And so Ankylosaur mode. This is a little wobbly, where this piece clicks together. It's almost going to be even like up close like this. It's going to be hard to see, but this can kind of go back and forth the way these two ball joints are situated. And the head does kind of slot in there, and mine just kind of doesn't. I haven't been able to slide these two. It's like micro millimeter. That's not a term, right? The shell does slide back and forth just a tiny bit because of the way those hinges are, but whatever. That is so... Some of my grievances and little complaints, that's not even worth mentioning. I do really like how in robot form or arm form, the front legs they don't snap in or anything, but they are formed to the shape of the thighs, and they fit together really well, and I appreciate it. So he comes together. A lot of them pretty simple. Fold in half. Bottom half of the dinosaur is the legs kind of thing. This one has some articulation. Some of them are really just solid. Some of them are just one chunk as dinosaurs. Snarl and Sludge are just one solid piece as dinosaurs. But pretty cool. And then that tail, weapon, gun, fist for a tail. Okay, so in the tail form, you put it like this, so it's a... fist, laser, weapon, tail, Ankylosaurus. Great. Fucking great. Terrific. I love this. I really, and the thing is like, every time that I say that, I think to myself, why? What the hell? Seriously, over the past, I'm just going to stop saying it because now I'm repeating myself. Over the past 6 months, I've just blown up with, I need to buy all these plastic robots, and I don't know what's happening. Someone got some brainwave telepathy machine pointed at my house. Now this is This is great. This is very tight the way that Slag... I apologize if you're British. I don't think that Slag... This guy's name is Slug now. I don't think that Slag is like a particular... Maybe I should stop saying it if I don't know. I don't think it's like a particularly nasty word in Britain, but I think it's something that you don't want to call a kid's toy. Like it would be weird if you were like, look at my robots. There's Grimlock and Sludge and Swoop and Slut and Hoebag and Hooker. It sounds weird. But yeah, so you got to snap these arms down before you pull this up, and it's very solid. I have a Devastator that I will show you where this part of it does not come together that great, and I really appreciate how solid that is and the way the arms lock in. Head comes off. This piece on the chest is actually a piece of Slug. I don't know which. I think he's Kakiru. That's the one because, yeah, I like that one. That's a fun thing to say. Let's do... Have I been doing dinosaur mode first? I think I did it different. I think I did Swoop's dinosaur mode first. This is something... This kind of joint is really neat. I haven't seen it on any of the guys that I have. And yeah, so God, yeah, just discovering new things in the way these guys do shit. There's going to be, I really do want to do, I'm going to do some kind of comparison or list about things that are new and different between the new, because the new figures have so many cool things going on. I know there's some stuff I got to learn about the different types of plastic and paint that they use, but some of the parts of these guys are really shiny that almost look die cast. This is just painted plastic, but like this and some of the parts of Scar are really shiny and nice looking. So anyway, in Triceratops mode, we can close this hatch up if we like. And the head actually, the head of Monstructor, I mean Volcanicus, I mean Dinoking. There's also a guy just called Dinobot. I heard that, like, yeah. And there's some others. There are some guys in like the Beast Wars era, and oh god, there's so much. What show should I watch? If you like, which of the 1,000 animated cartoons, which one should I start watching? Like, let me know. I have no. I've seen all the movies. I love the movies. I have no idea what cartoons are good or what. So anyway, in the Beast Wars era, there was a guy called Dinobot, and I think there were maybe one or more guys that were named like straight up after what used to be a whole classification. But you can also open up this hatch, and this guy for some reason carries like most of the weapons. Good old slug. He carries these two pieces, which again are modular. These, one of the best things about the new guys is these modular 5 millimeter. Am I saying that? Is it 5 millimeter? I don't even know. These universal pegs are so much fun. I love putting these things fucking together. So we got this big axe. This part does come off, but we're not really gonna, because it is gonna go back together. This sickle is snarls. So is this sword. And then the axe head goes like this. Little pistol blaster, which also, this pistol blaster also, God. Like every time I get excited about it, I feel like I have to correct. Maybe that's the point that I'm gonna end up making. Like, why am I ashamed? Why do I feel like I have to point out that I'm an idiot for liking these every time I start getting excited? Maybe it's society's fault. You hear that, you motherfuckers? But yeah, I'm sorry. So take the axe and stick the little pistol part on top and stick the rifle part on the side. I think it said to do it like this in the instructions. I kind of like to do it like this, which again is, you know, there's so much, you can do whatever you want. I keep getting little cat hairs. I keep seeing little cat hairs. There's a lot of cats around. If you've only started watching these videos, yeah, I have a lot of cats around. I mean, probably just looking at this channel, you can probably tell. Yeah, so Slug carries most of the pieces of the main weapon. Actually, it's most of the pieces of the gun and the head of the axe, and then the rest of the axe is everyone else's weapons. Well, except for those fucking fists. All right, and I do like, I don't know. I mean, I like with the gun on the back, and I kind of like how it opens kind of to wings. I like the wings open in the robot mode. It almost starts to look like a little kind of skirt, kind of like an armored, well, I'll show you. So again, yeah, snaps in half, legs open. Yeah, a lot of these guys have the legs just kind of as sticking out the side. That's classic. These guys were almost, yeah, and I have a lot to say probably about Beast Wars and the things that changed in the 90s. Boy, I have a lot that I will say. Oh, this stays in, yeah, this stays in here in his robot form, and look at my thumbs. Mouth opens and there's his head. Yeah, really good sculpt on that. The head, some of the heads really do it to me. I mean, saying they do it for me is weird also. But like, real classic cartoon looking, real 1985 ass looking Dinobot head. Yeah, god damn it. But yeah, so this goes, the head goes on the back like that. And that's what I was saying. It almost looks like armored pauldrons and like a piece of like armored skirting back there. And the arms do this, which I think is cool. I think that's a cool way to try. None of the guys I have this kind of joint on them. We'll see if we see this kind of, I wonder if there's a term for it. Yeah. And there are like, yeah, I've seen people talk about, they know what these kinds of plastics and stuff are. And so, yeah, and so his weapons. We've got, again, the little pistol part that can go under his chin, which is really fun. Like a laser bayonet. Oh, geez, what's happening to me? Look at my giant thumbs trying to manipulate these tiny core class Dinobots. Core class is fucking awesome. The idea of a core class, when I first was like, fuck, I gotta go get Volcanus, I was like, well, core class combiner, that sounds fucking awesome. I have heard a rumor that the core class is going to be discontinued, which that is sad. And I've also heard a rumor that there's going to be a Predaking core class, which is awesome. This guy combines in a way very similar to Devastator. I don't know how the original Monstructor combined. I don't know if it was 6 guys or 5, but Predaking was kind of unique and similar to Devastator in that they did have the 2-piece combining torso. Like a lot of the guys in the mid-80s, like 5 of them are, I think. The Scramble City combiners were all 1 torso guy and then 4 of the smaller price point guys. This is Sludge, the Apatosaur. His legs are kind of funny. They're kind of neat, though, the way they work. They're kind of like not actually attached to, well, they are. I mean, but they're almost like werewolf legs or something. You know, you could expect to see him like walking around like that. Yeah, so the Scramble City combiners are the ones I'm talking about, which I had a bunch of, and we're gonna talk about my original collection. Maybe I should make a list of all the things I want to talk about in videos. So pretty simple transformation on this guy. I love this guy's weapons. These guys, and so the original Sludge must not have come with these, because these are Dino King's feet, and they're awesome, and they're the weapon pack, they're missile packs. This one goes on this side. And yeah, blurb. And there we go. Look at that. Fuck yeah. Those are awesome weapons. This guy is, out of these 6, he's the least great at standing up, but every single one of these is better at standing up than Core Class Shockwave. Or the Legacy Core Class Shockwave. There's other Core Class Shockwaves, which we'll talk about my goals for the collection as well. Boy, I'm really afraid that at some point, something that has happened to me while recording things in the past, because you get into this pattern, record, talk, or the pattern is more like hit the button. I guess that's what I meant by saying record. Hit the button, talk. Hit the button, you're done talking. Prepare yourself or recenter yourself or whatever, and then, hit the button again, talk again. And you can end up accidentally reversing that pattern, which hopefully I'm a little bit aware of now. Again, the hips rotate all the way. Real classic. But yeah, you can accidentally reverse the button, the pattern. So I'm always watching for that, because then you talk, and you hit the button, and you start recording, and you sit there with silence. And then you press the button thinking that you're starting, but you've stopped the recording. And then when you look at the recording, it's just nothing. It's just you standing there in silence like an idiot. So hopefully that won't happen to me again anytime soon. So Sludge, as I was saying, is, real solid. None of this articulates at all. Just a solid Apatosaur, which for an Apatosaur, maybe that's appropriate. And his weapons, so goddamn cool. The feet, excellent. Again, these 5mm universal pegs, just do it for me. I can't wait to stick other weapons on the back of this guy. But I love this figure. I don't care if it's just a solid brick. It's great. I love dinosaurs. I love robots. I love Transformers. Okay, so here we go. I don't mean to dwell on this, but this is legitimately one of the forms of this figure. What is this? Even Grimlock, not great, but at least it's just a calf, It's just the bottom of a leg. It's just a cube. Fine, just a cube, fine. I just, what's going on with this? I almost you can kind of If you want him to be like my Devastator is really tall and has long legs. And if you really want to, you can just unfold this and use that as the calf, as the bottom of the leg, which is kind of good. He's a little wobbly, but he is extra tall. It would be neat if you could stick the feet on, which of course you can't. But I do like the fact that I like figuring out your own alternate transformations. Is that super lame? Everything I'm doing is super lame. Who gives a fuck? But I love Snarl. Snarl is so great. I like Stegosauruses. There's definitely been a time where I have said, "Oh, this is a little tight here. This slots down for the leg form into this little bitty bit right here, and this is like very tight. Even that you have to once you get one out, it's fine. But but good. Stegosauruses are very cool. I love the way. This is also classic to the old toys. The way his head is framed by the two parts of the tail like that, again, is some kind of like little armor pauldrons and stuff. I love it when, parts of the alt form are visible as like decorations or armor bits on the robot forms. So, yeah, and again, just like an excellent head sculpt, an excellent robot form. I am so into this. It's very classic. It's given huge 1985. I've been saying that year a lot, and I don't really know, but I hope that, I think these guys were year 2, which was 1985. So he's got this converting sickle, spear, hook, harvester thing. What can the harvest hope for, if not for the care of Snarl the Reaping Man? Fuck yeah! Fucking love it. Now, not my favorite, and a little weird the way that his weapons are stored, but again, I appreciate that weapons, again, not only just with these guys, but today. They sometimes, there are weird slots and different kinds of pegs, and so this is not the universal kind of thing. It's this rectangular thing I'm kind of showing you that slots in. I'll show you. Well, what? Well, let's transform. Let's turn him into a Stegolos. Oh, and actually, in robot form, you do put this piece on his back, which again, cool. Like, I love that he has the Stegosaurus armor just on his back where he would. Oh, and this is also the only guy whose head hides. Like in in Monstructor mode, in Dinoking mode, like everybody's head is fucking sticking out all over the place. Grimlock's head is sticking out of a kneecap. Wow, I didn't even mean to save Grimlock for last. Obviously, he's definitely the most well-known. Maybe the most popular. Is he the coolest? If anyone knew me in high school and remembered me referring to myself as a king or the king or anything like that, it was because of Grimlock. So Snarl, fuck yeah. Yeah, Grimlock was everyone's favorite character in the cartoon. So again, weird slot on the back. This is fine, except it kind of like... Oh, this is the other guy that's really blocky. Yeah, this guy, you can move the rear legs, a little bit because they are his arms, but like very, very blocky dinosaur. And in fact, the Ankylosaur has some articulation. But however, and I'm going to take this guy out. Even before the gun is on, it looks like he's like, chewing dirt or fucking grazing or something. And then when you put the gun on, it looks like he's like firing at ants or something. It's fine. I love Stegosauruses. It doesn't matter how he sits. But his face sure is, his lips really are right on the ground, and he's pointing that gun right at the dirt. Let's look at Grimlock. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. And so sometimes it's just straight up storage just so that you can, keep the weapon with the guy, which I do appreciate. But this slot in his chest is... Oh, and you're supposed to turn his face backwards because otherwise he would be peeking out of the kneecap, and that would be weird. But it's not great getting this in here, and I'm going to just go ahead and... Yeah, see, it really likes... I know my huge, monstrous ham thumbs are in the way, but doesn't go in great. And I thought I had it. But yeah, so this is just where the sword is stored when he's in Stegosaurus mode. It doesn't fit in great. Don't fuck with it while it's in there. Just put him down, and that's fine. But but it's fine. But great, good. I'm glad they give them somewhere to store it. Weird that it's that weird peg. Of all the things I'm going to complain about these guys, that's not one of them. Great little stegosaur. All right. Grimlock, I feel like there's one really good line that I'm not thinking of. I know he says that he is not a kisser and he is the king, and that's awesome, and some other funny things that he says. Does he say something about, like... He says a lot of things about bologna and cesium salami, I recall. I'm also... Yeah. I have another friend that I have threatened to force to watch every movie, and that might be coming up. We'll see. So the weird little gun, yeah, Grimlock's gun is also a weird little gun. You stick it on here to be his tail. Cute. He's got a weird little shelf right here. That's fine, though. I think it's a really good Grimlock. I love the fact that the dinosaur torso transforms in the real classic way. I mean, this is the classic Grimlock transformation. Great little core class guy. He comes with a club. His robot form wields a club. This is going to be hard to pull out in the way it is. It almost looks like there should have been a piece of shell like on the back, and I'm pretty sure that the regular silver Grimlock is like this as well. But doesn't it look like there should have been like they were at some point in the design there was going to be like a shell piece? So anyway, because that peg is going to be hard to get out, we're just going to do it like this. Pop that closed again. And this is where he can store his club. And you can also kind of, the instructions showed it kind of like this, like straight up just for storage. Like you can just put it on sideways like that. But this peg obviously is mobile. These things are so good with the module little pegs and sockets shit. It's like fucking, it's like a whole nother level of shit, like fucking Lego shit, but I don't know. But yeah, not exactly like Lego, but I love that kind of shit. All right, so yeah, big chunky legs. This guy stands up real good, real classic Grimlock looking figure. And yeah, the way the torso opens up and the head's right there and everything just flips back. Real classic. He's got his little wingies on. Really good Grimlock. And the weird tail thing can be used as a pistol? Question mark? A little weird, but fine. Great. I've always really liked Grimlock. I'm really glad that I have this. Crazy. Ew, I think my green wall needs to be repainted, but yeah, that's the Dinoforce Warriors. Fuck yeah, is what I have to say about this set. Really glad to have it. Let's put them back together as Dinoking. Maybe I'll speed this part up. So it seems that iMovie can only speed things up. I'm using iMovie on iOS, whatever, on my iPhone to edit these. Honestly, my mentality for this was like start simple for this project. I have all of this equipment and, I edit several days a week. I spend several hours editing audio, often video as well. Like I do all kinds of this shit I got all kinds of equipment, electronics, and wires and different things plugged in and all kinds of shit that I do and cameras everywhere. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a little light box and I'm going to fucking record this with my phone. I'm going to edit it because, I use like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts. All those apps have their own little built-in editors that I use that are, pretty simple to use and you can get pretty good results from them, I've found. So I was like, you know what? I probably paid like $15.99 for iMovie some time ago to do something. I thought it would be nice to edit something I was doing on my phone. So I had it. So I don't know why I sound like I have to justify my use of iMovie, but anyway, I am surprised that you could only speed things up by twice. I wonder if there's a loophole. I seem to remember way back in college using iMovie and that might have been different. You might have had to export it and then put it back in and then speed it up. But I feel like twice Is there some advanced setting I have to set to unlock actual speed adjustment? Because that's silly. I mean, I know that I know that it's a bullshit software for assholes. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. If you use iMovie, you're cool. Well, I mean that's not for sure. Let's not make any empirical statements. Boy, I was gonna say something else before I started talking about iMovie. But yeah, the production on this look he came apart. It's okay. They're really well made. I really I really love these fucking things. Um, yeah. Uh, Use an iMovie, whatever. Yeah, keeping it simple. I'm trying to just make a little series where I show people my fucking robots. So, I figured I would start simple with this one. I'm sure I will make it complicated. Don't worry, we will get there. Um, but yeah, I kind of wanted. I thought maybe since I have some time because I couldn't speed this up anymore, and obviously I could export this to something else and get it on my PC and whatever and why. But that's what I'm trying not to do here. I'm trying to like play with toys and make videos about it. So, am I justifying it to myself right now? Keeping it simple is, a good thing to do. My goals for this collection. I want to rebuild my original collection. I think so far Bumblebee and Skywarp up there. And I think that counts. Reissues, reprints, knockoffs, whatever. If that's what it takes, that's fine. But I want to get ahead. Maybe we'll go over everything I had in depth because like I said I had a lot of the Scramble City combiners, but definitely I'm gonna have to like having the Skywarp is what started this all. Like that was a toy that I had as a kid and I love that I have it now and we'll review it. I'm so happy I have that, like very very similar to the original printing Skywarp, but I would like an original Optimus. A couple of the other, again we'll talk about. I'll have to do some brainstorming about trying to remember which guys I actually had, but I would like to rebuild the original collection. I also would like to get new versions of any of those guys. Like I can't believe I don't have any Optimuses. I would like to get some of the new ones. A lot of them look really cool. Yeah. So both original versions and new versions of whatever I did have as a kid, which I'll brainstorm a little bit. I do have, I have a vague idea of what guys I had. And other than that, I am interested in recolors of figures that I have and really like. Like there's a recolor of that Tarn and of that Cliff Jumper. And actually, I think the ones. Well, actually, I don't know. This is my current collection. I will be reviewing all these guys and any new guys that come and talking about toys and childhood and cartoons and existential dread. You can follow me on Instagram or Blue Sky or come talk to me on Discord. I'll leave some links to things below. Comment and like and subscribe or do whatever things you're supposed to do. Thank you.